All right, y'all. Everybody bring a warm welcome from Rose Mackley as your host for the evening up to the stage.
Thank you, Hollis, the goddess of the evening. How are y'all feeling tonight? I love the Fremont Abbey. As Miss Hollis, the voice of God.
Sup?
No, there she is. Yes, God is a woman. My name is Rose, aka Rosetta Stone. I will be your hostess of the most this evening. Raven, come on. There we go. They're a little rap duo. They're gonna be at the end of the show. I'm excited for them. You're welcome. Anyways, enough embarrassing stories. You guys are taking part in the first ever 2012 You Speak Seattle Slam Prelim. It's exciting. One of the things that I want to do, that I want to make possible, is that I want to do this on Twitter. Like, I want to be a Twitter trend by the end of the night. So hashtag You Speak Seattle 2012. Not when the poet's spitting.
Don't
but like
tweet during the poem.
Don't tweet during a poem. Tweet afterwards when you don't have to pay attention to me. So yeah, anyways, let me tell you what you guys are about to get into. A You Slam. It's just a really simple thing. First of all these poets that are come up here, there are 7 lovely, beautiful poets, and 2 of them first-time evers. There's 2 people who've never slammed before. It's exciting. The slam, it runs very simple. It's going to be 3 rounds. The poets are going to come up here with no props whatsoever, just their words, their poems. They can have a piece of paper, totally fine. All the poetry that they're reading is all completely their poetry. They, of course, can mention another poet or take from inspiration, but all of the writing that they are doing up here on the stage is all theirs. They will be scored by 5 lovely judges. Give it up for the judges,
Here they
please.
are. Give it up for Rashad, Quinn, Chelsea, My Tam, and Blaine.
There we go.
Give them a round of appreciative applause.
Clap for them. That, of course, will probably be the last time you clap for the judges, because they will be scoring these poets, which is so whack. Which leads me to my final thought, which is this slam is a complete gimmick, okay? The only reason why we have these poets competing against each other is to get you in these seats. Or why else would you come to a poetry slam if it wasn't gladiator style, right? Just saying. That's why I watch Desperate Housewives or, you know, Mob Wives. Anyone watch Mob Wives? Best show ever. Shows how smart I am. Anyways, so we are gonna just kind of jump into things. So I need to just do a slight call and response. So when I say youth, you guys say speaks. So youth? Speaks! Okay, that kind of sucked. So we're gonna do it one more time. Youth? Speaks! Youth? Speaks! Youth? Speaks! Okay, so you guys ready for a slam? That is bullshit. You're not ready, because as poets, we are god and goddesses, so that requires us to do the bloodiest of sacrifice. Come on. There we go. Okay. So we're going to have a sacrificial poet up here to get you judges warmed up, and for you audience to understand what is about to go on, because you guys are like, oh, okay, right? But you have no idea what the fuck you just walked into. So please give it up for our amazing individual. Wait, where's my sack? Where's my sack? Are you ready? Where's my Devin? Yeah. Is Devin in the house? So please welcome Devin to the stage!
So whether we failed the past history class, we learned a couple of things. We learned that Martin had a dream, we learned that Rosa took her seat, and we learned that Malcolm wrote a speech. And it's great to learn about the things these icons did, but after Black History Month, we never look into it. And if you think that racism's done because Obama got elected, then you need to, if the lesson is beyond recollection and you think that racism's done because Obama got elected, well, you need to analyze your perspective and try to correct it, because the wounds of history are still infected. And that's why I hesitate to celebrate the head of state, because everybody that thinks that just because he's brown that shit is great, when I'm still looking at the caskets of kids who never made it because we still haven't corrected the effects of Ronald Reagan. And that thanks to his administration's minimum penalty legislation, we put more money into funding prisons than education. So don't get it twisted and start talking about sinning when people work with the means they was given and come from shoes you ain't been in. But see, there's points that I'm missing, like those who do not come from tragic conditions. and how skin is a factor in one's day-to-day business. Like the fact that I got European heritage means I benefit from the current system as a white American, and that's just what it is, but not the way it's gotta be, because privilege is the duty to go and change society, and we're all privileged in one way or another, no matter where you came up, your race or your color. Thank you.
Great.
This guy said the wounds of history are still infected. I just gotta say that.
This would be a great moment to write that and then say Devin wrote it and then hashtag You Speak Seattle 2012. Twitter. Hashtag. Anyways, these judges are getting up their scores. Just to let you guys know, for those who are new to a slam, all that snapping and oohing and ahhing and chest pumping and moans of sympathy, totally fine. This is not your mom's open mic whatsoever. So, let's see. God.
This shit's about to be interesting.
Okay.
You ready for this?
No.
Okay, we're dropping the lowest score of a 6.5. Yeah, that's hella low, y'all. Y'all are tripping. Then we're gonna continue on with another 6.5, a 9, and then we got a 10 and a 10. So
okay, there we go. A little bit all over the place. Give it up for Devin, because the point is not the point is the poetry. And wordy birdie. So we are gonna do it like this. There are 7 poets in this slam tonight. We're gonna do 1 round, 7 poets. Second round, 7 poets. A little bit of a break. Our wonderful feature, JT in the house, yeah. And then we're gonna do the final and 3rd round, which is going to be 5 poets. Y'all with me? Yeah. Okay. Word. So in this order, poets, listen carefully. I will say who's about to perform and then who's going to be on deck. So in this order, you are going to hear from Alex, Gabe, Raven, Ramsey, Finn, Wong, and Dante. Clap it up for those 7 poets, please. Okay, perfect time to silence your cell phones, put everything, pacemakers, all the jazz, beepers. Yeah. TJ Fosho on the turntables there, turning his phone off like the gentleman he is. So, y'all ready? Oh, we'll see about that. So, Gabe, you are on deck. Please welcome the first poet of the first slam of this 2012 series, Alex, to the stage.
What's up, y'all? Call me, my stage name is Fantasy A.
All right.
Here I am, standing right here at Gasworks Park. I am strong and wealthy. That would make me a superhero. I thought of this for days, weeks, and years. I see the sunset while it fills my eyes. I kept on looking at it for long, decent hours. When the time comes, I see the sunset shining up. The sunset talks to me. I really saw that in my own eyes. The sunset says, "Hello, Alex. I saw you looking at me for hours. I'm glad you came to me. There's something going on I need to tell you right now. Your girlfriend is in great danger. She really needs your help." I said, "How can I do that? I have no powers." He told me and says, "I will give you powers." I would not believe what I just heard. Do you think the sunset will give me powers? Let's see what the sunset will do to me. I can't believe what's in me. I feel more powerful and so invincible. The sunset says back to me, "When you get your mission cemented, you'll become a famous chosen one." I said, "Okay, now do your mission." The sunset goes down and finished talking. I start walking and walking. At the moment least, I saw my girlfriend with those bad guys. I told them to let her go. I told them to let them go, but they won't. I'm getting my strings ready and start fight the bad guys. I'm running towards the bad guys like this. I am soccer punch like this. Ha, ha. I start sidekicks by them like this. Ha, ha. The bad guys are down and tie them up. The police just came and takes the bad guys away. And I saved my girlfriend in the day. Thanks to the sunset who made me save the day. Thank you, Master Sunset. You made my day in a better lucky spot. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. choreography, so I really liked that. I was just like, what?
Very true.
I think I'm a superhero sometimes too. Oh yeah, newbies, we got front seats up here. Don't be shy. Sit wherever you. Look at the VIP section is completely empty. Frank Ocean and Childish Gambino did not accept my request to come. So, oh yeah, well VIP ladies right there. Well, I mean, you guys are just ladies, you know. Anyways, sit wherever amongst you
Y'all
want.
are welcome to move up in the front. All right, so we are going to toss this low score of a 6 right on out. And then we're going to pop up to a 7.1, a 7.5, a 7.5, and an 8. Give it up for the poet.
Give it up for the poet. Thank you, Alex. Very nice, very nice. Raven, you are on deck. Give it up to the next poet. Clap them all the way to stage. Give it up for Gay.
Well, fortune likes to gamble, and tales love to tell, and when angels lose their graceful wings, they find work down in hell, and when a gutter rat finds freedom in an alley soaked in rain, the stars align with troubled times, and the choir sings again. And I lost all of my fortune to the slots at Sally's pub, and my daughter, she won't talk to me, and her mother rests above, and I couldn't pay the bills last week, and the market's looking rough, and I held the gun so many times to ponder where I might end up. I searched everywhere in the county, and I couldn't find a job. I tried to get a welfare check, and I even turned to God. I figured I might give up because now I'm growing old, but then I overheard a story of somniferum's gold. Some say it can turn cities into poison. Some say it makes old heroes rise again. Some say that it can stop a widow's grieving. And some say that it's a banker's only friend. If you read the Bible close enough, it'll come out from the page. You can see it in a fallen bomb and you can feel it in a grave. But there's a crate that's been hidden with it hidden somewhere here, I'm told. So I left for the sake of my young daughter to look for somniferum's gold. There were times when the road was bare and frozen. There were times when the air was filled with dust. There were times when I gave in to all of life's hollow temptations, and there were times when there was not a soul to trust. I ended up south of Salt Lake City at a crossroads with one trail leading home. I thought about my girl still trapped in Harper County, but still I searched for somniferum's gold. I made some money picking apples in Wenatchee. I was a beggar in Seattle for a while, but I forced my frail body to keep living as I fermented in my lonely heart's desire. I met demons when I was searching in Wyoming, and they followed me for miles after that. I met angels who all say that they could take away the pain, but still I moved on down my beaten path. There were gypsies who claimed that they had seen it and that they needed not the power which it holds. And there were councilmen who said it was mere legend, but still I searched for somniferum's gold. I started feeling ill in Colorado. I found a valley that was fit for me to die. My final thoughts were of my lonely little daughter. Then I saw it in the corner of my eye. It shined brightly through the walls that were the mountains, and once again I forced myself to stay alive. And there was nothing in my heart but flame and passion, but there was nothing but a devil in my mind. For miles I did run through mountains gravel, and for hours I did trek through mountain snow. Then I came upon a crate near a 1,000-year-old grave unless I finally found my somniferum's gold. I ran back home as fast as my legs allowed me, but Harper County was barren, it was bare. I was told my daughter ran off and got married, and that I was gone for almost 30 years. There was nothing I had left that was worth saving. I was foolish, now I'm lonesome, now I'm old, and now the cities that I visit turned to poison as I traveled with sweet somniferum's gold.
It was like rhyming and you were like, oh my god, it's still rhyming. What? Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for gracing the stage. Judges, what pointless thing do you have to say?
Who cares? I
right?
mean,
I don't. I just don't like judges. You guys are all
right. For Gay, we're gonna toss out the lowest score of a 7. Then we got a 7.5, 8.5, 8.5, and a 9. Give it up for the poetry.
Give it up for Gay. Thank you so much. We're gonna forget that all happened. All those scores don't matter. Thank you for gracing the mic. So Ramsey, you are on deck. Let's welcome up the next poet to the stage, Miss Raven!
I will not blame you for leaving when you realize that I am heavy, when it becomes clear that I never learned how to love properly. Sometimes my affections will be too strong, which is why I will have to apologize every time I tell you that I love you. But I come from a place where people and hope is easily lost, so I will not apologize for holding onto your sleeves like kite strings. My belly is heavy with the weight of my imperfections. I am an open book, and the binding that hold my pages together are coming undone. I am heavy and hanging, so I will understand when you tell me that you don't have enough courage to love me back. All I ask is that you try. This is not a love poem. It is simply a request for all of my almost lovers, halfway lovers, and someday lovers. I am asking that when you crack me open, you leave me hollow as proof that there was something there in the first place, that I wasn't just yours for the taking. I was someone before I was just something. I am heavy and hanging, so forgive me when I put you on pedestals that you cannot climb and hold all of my expectations in the brim of your eyelids. Forgive me when I mistake your body for a coffin and bury myself deep into your chest, expecting to stay there forever. Don't hold it against me when I force you to love bravery down my spine. I am just following in the footsteps of the women who loved too hard before me. I am sewing the same patterns that my mother laid out when she birthed me. I am heavy and hanging like dead bodies swinging off the limbs of a tree, so forgive me when I expect you to hold me like my mother and father never held each other. And when I run to you with my palms wide open and face up, understand that I do not just ease into things, I fall into them. I spin and tumble, I crash and burn. I am expecting your palm lines to fit comfortably into mine. Sometimes I will break myself just to feel the weight of your hands putting me back together. But I will not shame you when you realize that you never really had hands made for fixing broken birds. I'm a glass bowl with cracks running down the side, a quiet river morphing into a rainstorm. My emotions are hurricanes and floods. My body is a panic zone, and I only know how to love people the hard way. I don't understand the concept of one moment in time. I only know forever. So when you decide that your space is no longer my space anymore and that we no longer fit together, I will not blame you for leaving. I will just know better next time. I will understand the concept of making romances last for more than just a shoe shine. I will make sure that the next time I love again, it will be with someone who not only knows how to handle my heaviness, but how to make me light again. This is not a love poem. It's simply a request. For all of my almost lovers, halfway lovers, and someday lovers, I'm asking that when you leave me better than you found me. Make sure that my palms are still wide open and face up, while I will regret loving you so hard that it pushed you away from me. I will not apologize for loving you harder than I love myself.
All wise about love and shit. Okay. I will hold onto your sleeves like kite strings. I'm gonna steal that line. I'm totally gonna do that. Hashtag.
It was real.
It was real.
All right, we're dropping the score of a 9.
Wow.
And then we're shooting up to a 9.5. We got a 9.9, and then we got a 10 and a 10. Give it up for the poet.
Give it up for Raven. What'd it do? Oh, number 10 can be so shy in these parts. Anyways, moving right along. Finn, you are on deck. Welcome up to the next poet to the stage. Ramsey, please!
These words were left alone. I came back to give them hope. This open wound is a mouth. I will call these words my home. I was a quiet kid. I dreamt when I spoke. Very few could see what I meant. So I sat in silence and gathered thoughts. There was never a moment of numbness. Even though my childhood still tastes like Novocaine, I can still feel every blow of grace my past brings me, but even bruises can be held like birthmarks. I was born with a hole in my heart. Literally, I was born with a small hole in the center of my heart. I was born on the 12th day of February. And on the following 14th, I spent my first Valentine's alone in a bubble, detached from the day of hearts. Someone said that's why I find cemeteries so romantic. I am the product of indecisive parents and have called many cities home. Sometimes I still write new kid on my name tag at social events. Someone said, that's why I hesitate during roll call. Here I found home 8 years ago in Seattle. I've now allowed hope back into my vocabulary, though I still hold my breath when I say it. I should probably let that go. Even in my early years here, I didn't speak up or often when I did. It was an awkward attempt to try to participate in pop culture norms. I'm not normal. But I now know no barriers will be broken with big egos and small talk. I had to speak. Someone said that's why I write in my sleep. It could have came to me in a dream, but it didn't. It came like a hurricane of breath, like there was a poem in my blood that was begging to be read. It doesn't take long to swallow a tongue when the songs that were sung were never given space to breathe. On the back end of a breath, we can find the words that we need. To save each other from silence, to gather the courage to be heard, I am silent as I take the stage. Silent, like every page of heart I write in my sleep, I keep a journal in my chest. I brought it here for you, so you may witness me confess that I learned to let go. With each word I will rest, and as I shake with each breath, I am burning up the pages using the fire I was born with, and as ashes fall to my feet, my words take flight like moths to the way I was. Release comes to those who seek it, I speak it. From the bottom of my childhood to the top of my tomorrows, I am a body of work in progress. I'm growing out of the words left behind. I'm standing up here as naked as the day I arrived. I've been bleeding through the page for far too long, but the bloodstains on this stage remind me that I am not alone. Someone said that I am here to save myself. That is why I came back to the mouth and all its wounds, to the places I can still call home. I'm here. I am a story and a starting point with so much left to say. Hope. This isn't the last time we speak.
Wow.
Thank you, Ramsey. Damn. I write. What was that line? I write new kid on my name tag at social events. Whoa. Imagery. Metaphors speak. Oh, does anyone watch those like shit girls say, shit whatever? I really want to start ones for shit poets say. So if you have any suggestions, come find me at the end. I already have one called Shit Hipsters Say. This is vintage. So yeah, anyways, I didn't buy this at American Apparel. Anyways,
Well,
the
like,
judges.
Your hair is the color of the roses in my windows.
Oh, poet you.
All right, so we're dropping the lowest score of an 8.8.
Oh.
Yeah. We're moving on to a 9.5, a 9.8, a 10, and a 10. Give it up for the poet.
Poet. Get that energy going. We're almost through this first round. Long, you are on deck. Please give it up to Finn, please.
Dear Church of the Latter-day Saints, please, don't forget I'm human. Don't unclothe my sins for me. They already unfold before the tattered hammock of my smile. Do you know how many times I almost took my own life from loving too hard for the nights I forgot what it was like to be flesh, to be gay and alive? Just so you know, our love can't be voted away. Your Prop 8 is a legalized tombstone waiting for another gay teen suicide like Leslie waiting for her bride. I imagine the smile on her face, the type National Geographic wouldn't capture, only to discover galaxies of dusted skippers in her stomach, then receiving a phone call that led to a suicide note from her beloved. Same-sex marriage was overturned. This is why I write. I do not break before audiences for an applause. I open my heart for Matthew, Adam and John, Jane-born Steve, hoping my poems will one day shift into mantras of I will not kill myself tonight. My Chanel Ical was everything beautiful about rainbows, so don't ask her of coffins. They called her Latin transgendered woman. I guess they forgot labels weren't what made her human. She said, don't lead me to normalities. I've been a skeleton before. God has made my gender a cemetery, but I still breathe as if my soul will someday be that yellow bird singing on this cage they call my body. This transition is my into-body experience or murder. marks the 7th transgendered homicide to go unsolved in Houston. And people like you have the nerve to say this is the wrath of God. What happened to the days when we knew hard to be? The passion of our violent fingertips playing each other, hands holding at the same octave Christ reached when he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. The day you chose to wear a dress over a suit, Sandy, you knew you'd come off tangents too elegant for those fuckers to understand. They killed you, not the 10 million echoes of the 10 million parts of my heart left to wander your remains, but you've already won. So someone remind me why I'm crying. The enlightenment in your fingertips have reached Orion. Tell me how you see God in the oasis carved by your optics. Don't be afraid. Once that bottle of Johnny Walker searches for my pulse and those love letters shaped into halos, you sent them to the man who killed you. I can barely tell my mother I love her anymore. Tell me what faggot sounds like in heaven. Do the gods ever paper mache weave themselves prayers unto us for you? My ribs will be an eternal seance. Teach me how to love like you do, how to dance for humanity even when no one is watching. I want to keep your heart hidden in the mason jar in my throat so I'll never forget what love sounds like. Latter-day Saints, I hope you understand our love and our lives are worth fighting for. After all, we too are human.
Thank you, Finn. Thank you. Fuck. You guys were, okay, just to remind you, all these people are between the age of 13 and 19, okay? Just keep that in mind, right? Youth right now is the truth right now.
Youth right now is the truth right now.
I know, I just said that. Just come on. Judges. Just kidding.
All right.
What do we have?
We're tossing out a 9.5.
Oh.
Okay. And then we're going to take a 9.5, a 9.9, and then we got a 10 and a 10.
Give it up for Finn. Moving right along, we got 2 poets left of this round. Dante, you are on deck. Please welcome Wong to the stage.
I like to write about myself, but that's proven to be a challenge because I don't really know who I really am. Some of my friends, they think I'm this happy, cheerful guy, always smiling, laughing, cracking jokes, never serious. The people around me, they think I'm this gloomy, depressing guy, angry at the world, always glaring because he's not happy. Some people think I'm crazy, I should be locked up in a straitjacket because I'm different. But I don't think I'm any of those. I don't know who I am. Maybe it was a constant moving around from city to city, country to country, like a picture that slips out of the photo album while you're packing and you never see it ever again. Maybe that's what happened to me. Maybe it was adapting, the changing, learning new languages, trying to be different but the same, just like my other friends, my so-called friends, so that I fit in and I'm not an outcast. Maybe that's what happened to me, but that doesn't matter to me right now, because right now I feel like a puppet and my life is being controlled by someone. This right here you see is not done by me, but now I feel real. This is why I'm on stage, because whenever I'm on stage, no matter what character I play, no matter what the role, whether that be Romeo, Juliet, Hamlet, Paris, Benvolio, whoever may that be, I feel like this is who I am. And I'm proud, because I feel like I just took the first step in finding out who I really am.
First time slamming! Very nice, very nice.
That was hella inspirational. Thank you.
I almost forgot about you, judges.
Yeah, this is when I'm like, I don't care what any of you have to say. I just don't. But unfortunately,
I'm gonna air text over here.
Your scores. So I'm tossing out this 6, because that's hella whatever. Yeah. Anyway, but now we got a 7.8, we got an 8.5, an 8.5, and a 9.7. Give it up for the poet.
Okay, keep that applause going for the last poet of the first round, Dante!
Ten things that I am just now learning. 1. There's only 2 types of people in this world, and I am neither. I was born into the skin of night, blessed with stars on my skin, birthed with moons for eyes, with craters holding with pupils holding secrets of light that you and I never knew I had. 2. Love is like earthquakes. I cannot predict when the structure of my body will crumble like old brick walls, the day Mr. Right will come and thunderclap the tectonic plates hidden underneath the fault lines of my feet. I never realized that's why they called it falling in love in the first place. 3. Home is where the heart is, but I've left my heart in different states, forests, stages, and places where the sun didn't shine, as if my heart was dissected and shipped to all corners of this country, letting my blood flow all throughout this land like underground railroads. 4. I don't need you to see me to know that I am visible. Mirrors have handled that a long time ago. And my reflection has massaged conceit into my muscles since age 15 to provide a love I couldn't feel for myself yet. 5. Sometimes I need to remember that I don't need to pretend to be any bigger than my voice is. Sometimes I need to remember that I shook ozones with octaves that no one can imitate. 6. Remember. Remember the queer warriors who still breathe wisdom into your gray hairs. Remember the footsteps laid out for you by your ancestors' constellations. Remember that patience is a virtue, and you will never truly know what this means. Remember the struggle that was tattooed on your shins, so you will never forget the pain of where you come from. Remember to keep being grateful for everything. 7. Never be afraid to show your true feelings. Whether I'm showing the bare bones of my beauty or the bruises and battle scars and the skeletons in my closet, allow myself to be whole like oceans. Allow myself to crash and burn and spin and tumble. Allow myself to be cut and to be scratched and bleed. Embrace the things that I am made of, like the car wrecks that save lives, like the pain that birthed me, or God blinking the world into existence, or the Big Bang. 8. Never forget that you are alone but not lonely, and I know when you lay in that bed, you unconsciously roll around, hoping that you will be seen as more than just a friend. 9, you are more than just a friend. You are a poet, heart in hand, haphazardly sharing your history of horror, happiness, and hysteria. You are queer, you are black, you are a poet. You are a storyteller, birthed by galaxies combusting. You are magic, and if they can't see the beauty that lies in the many faces of your spirit, then fuck them, because being alone isn't as bad as being with someone who doesn't know you. 10. Be proud of everything that you are. As I twist through time and my hair turns gray, and my airways are drawstring tight, and my mouth is drawbridge closed, all I will have left is my poetry and the memories of who I am.
Poetry, shit poets say. Poetry with attitude, I like that. PWA, right, I get it now, poets with attitude, okay.
Oakley dokley. Dropping the 8.
Oh, what?
Yeah, get out of that.
They should listen.
Boo. And then we got a 9.3, we got a 9.8, and then we got a 10 and a 10. Give it up for the poet.
I see you, Dante. So we're actually just gonna go straight into the round 2. I'm just gonna make a little announcements. First of all, we would love to thank the Fremont Abbey. This is a beautiful venue that is holding us, all the staff and volunteer that have helped us. We'd also love to thank our amazing sponsor, Arts Corps, that has been helping us in the organization. Give it up for Arts Corps. Yes, we have You Speaks t-shirts and our chat book for sale. You can get those at the intermission.
Cop that.
Yeah, cop that after after this third round.
After the second round.
Second round. After
We're gonna have intermission after the second round.
How many rounds are there? I've done this before, right?
3.
Okay.